Hey, this is Derek Depker here of ebookbestsellersecrets.com, here with a special video for my students on how to overcome one of the biggest stumbling blocks if you have a personality similar to mine. And what that is, if you can relate, is tending to overthink and overanalyze things, wanting to have everything figured out, wanting to have a lot of certainty that, is this actually going to work? I don't want to waste my time or money on something if this isn't going to work or if it's not going to work for me. And even if you don't fall into that trap, that might mean you fall into the opposite trap that I'm going to share with you in just a moment. So regardless of where you're at, I want to share with you the mantra that I live by and that helps me, and that's this: act, then analyze, then repeat. And you may have heard something like ready, fire, aim, as opposed to ready, aim, fire. What this means is you get into action first, and then you go back and you analyze. Now, what's a symptom if you're falling into the analyzing or over-analyzing trap? And that is, you got to figure out everything up front. I got to know how this works. I got to make sense of this before I get started. Well, here's the thing. I found that my biggest breakthroughs came from taking a leap of faith. And ask yourself, what have the biggest breakthroughs in your life been like? Did you need to take a leap of faith? Was there a little uncertainty? Was there a little fear? Was there a little doubt? Maybe like, I don't know if this is actually going to work or not. And if that hasn't been the case, then you might not have been taking enough risk in your life to really get to the level you want to be at. You see, every big breakthrough had a leap of faith, but here's the big thing. It's not blind faith. You see, blind faith is just, I'm just going to jump into something and not even think about whether it works. That's just action, action, action. And that can lead to some pretty poor results too. So the difference between blind faith and taking a leap of faith is that with faith, you have some evidence. So the key to getting evidence is to look for what's possible. Now, what's possible is different than what's typical. You see, if I'm wondering if a book marketing strategy works, I could go ask a group of authors, hey, have any of you had experience with this particular book marketing website or this particular strategy? And what I'm looking for, I don't care if 9 out of 10 people that chime in say, I did it and it didn't work. I'm looking to see if there's even just one person who's had success. Because let's look at the world around us. If we look at what's typical in business, a lot of people fail, a lot of people struggle, they haven't figured it out yet. But if even one person has figured out a way to make something work, that could be evidence, that could be something to explore. So I'm looking for what's possible, and that's what I invite you to do. Start looking at, is this possible? Because if it's possible for at least one other person, what can I learn from them? So when you start gathering evidence, now you realize that this can build your faith, it can build your belief, but it still takes an element of risk. There's never going to be a guarantee that someone's done exactly the same thing, with the same type of book as yours and from the same circumstance. There's always going to be what ifs. There's always going to be a little bit of uncertainty, but you get enough evidence to build your belief. Now, here's the flip side. I say act and then analyze. Because what can happen is people can get into action. They go, that worked for someone else. Let me do. I heard this works. Let me do it. And they jump in and they do it. And it works. But they really have no idea why it works. One of the most dangerous things is success that leads to complacency. Or success that causes you to go, oh, everything worked. And you don't stop and analyze and go, but could I do even better? See, a lot of my results came because I not only had a good result, but I step back and I go, that was good, but why was it good? Can I do it again? Can I repeat the process? Is it going to work in these different areas? I break it down and I analyze what worked, what didn't work, and what can I do differently next time? So it's important to not just be successful, blindly successful, not even know why something is working, because then you're not necessarily able to duplicate it or teach it. Okay, so this tendency to want to analyze things, it's great at certain times. But first you act, then you analyze, then you repeat. So your takeaway, where are you at in this process? Do you tend to analyze things? Well, then now it's time to get into action. Are you acting and you haven't taken a step back to go, why is this working or how can I improve it? Spend a little time breaking it down. And if you're not sure, well, that's what coaching is for, and that's what getting some outside guidance is for. This is Derek Depker. Remember your mantra, act then analyze. If you have any questions or any insights, takeaways that you got from this, reach out to me, info@ebookbestsellersecrets.com. Take care.